I would be happy to see a functional museum and a safe room for historical aspects, which can actually represent the past linked to the present and giving ideas for the future.
In this chaotic maze in a tiny room at his residence, Dr. Aditya Vij often gets lost himself. From switchblade knives inspired by the movies, to fossils, to old typewriters, the range is wide. For the last 6 years, the 47-year-old from Delhi has collected items in a bid to preserve a little bit of history.
History doesn't happen with one product. If I look at myself today, I will be, as an individual, be using about 50 products. So I am created, I am formed, my life runs on all those 50 things. So if I have to look at an angle of a person surviving in the 1800s or a person surviving in the 1900s, products which were associated with that individual play a role in creating that whole imagery or the whole aspect which is there.
One of his prized possessions is a collection of more than 20,000 matchbox covers, acquired over a period of 4 decades. A hobby that was introduced to him by his father at the age of 8.
Matchbox is art, as simple as that. It represents the times that we live in. If you actually go through the matchbox collections that I have, you can actually see the representation of what was happening in the country as such. We may not today realize that a matchbox is crucial, but go back to 60 years, 70 years, and a matchbox was one of the most revered product in a household. My food couldn't be cooked without a matchbox. There was no light in my house without a matchbox. I could not travel without a matchbox. We did not have the facility to print it in India. So the matchboxes would be printed in Sweden, they would be printed in Austria, they would be printed in Japan. And all the 3 guys had their own cultural inputs going in as well. So you would see the mythological matchboxes from India in a very different kind of a texture, a very different kind of a presentation.
His house is a personal museum. Items of the past donning the walls, staircases, and every imaginable space in his house. The primary intent masqueraded by a sense of nostalgia that these obsolete things provide.
It's a personal collection for sure. I hold it close to my heart. But the intent is that it should spread. The intent is that people should know, people should understand. It is eventually to set up a one of its kind museum, which actually makes the younger generation understand that how life has evolved for them today.
Studying cultural and sociological history through things of daily use has even led him to collect 1,100 tin boxes spanning from the 1930s. But there is a method to his supposed madness in the midst of almost 23 different categories of historical items.
I am absolutely good with the compliment of being called mad, of being called crazy, of being called a kabadiwala. I am fine with that. A lot of people do not understand. I take it up as a responsibility that somebody has got to link the past to the present.